What's going on, friends? Elijah here at Western. Gonna show y'all setting up a temporary watering system. If you just had a new lawn installed or anything like that, you know, you can it's super important to get everything watered. And so I'm gonna run over that, some tips and tricks for you, getting everything set up on a timer, and go over some stuff. So what you're gonna need here, I'll flip the camera around and and go over that. So first step, you're gonna need a timer. We got this timer right here. It is an automatic timer. It runs on a battery. Does not need to be plugged in. And then you're gonna need your sprinklers, which we have. You can pick those up usually at some kind of a hardware store. And you're gonna need hoses. Okay, so these are pretty typical sprinkler here. I'm gonna pull these out and show them to you guys. And then you need to make sure that they have a two-way, right? So you can go in one side and then come out the other. And then that is about it. And then for the last one, you are going to need a cap so that you can shut it off. But usually those would come with. Okay, so if we're going to get our system set up here, we need to do a couple things. We need to kind of test our water pressure a little bit. So what you're going to do is you're going to see how many sprinklers you can actually get on a run. So you're going to hook some sprinklers up. So we have our hoses coming off. And you're going to need to see how many sprinkler heads you can fit and still get decent pressure. Because when you put them out and they don't spray far enough, it's going to be really annoying. So get a gauge of that, and that's the first step. And then from there you can figure out how many you're going to need. They do come with Ys. We don't have any set up here. We're just moving them around. From your timer here, you can come off on a Y if you're not getting enough pressure. And then you can, you would need a different timer though, and you can get set up, it'll do, zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, zone 4, that kind of thing. For this one right here though, we just have one coming off of it because this is it's a pretty small area, and then we're moving it around. Okay, so once you kind of identified how many sprinkler heads that you need, make sure you got the right ones because you don't want to be running back and forth to Home Depot. But let me show you the timer and kind of how that works. Okay, now I just turned the sprinklers on, and you can kind of see them, or I'll show them going for you here, so they're kind of warming up. I'll see if I can get a decent view of everything that we have going on, and I'll show you the one down in the basin and how that's working. Okay. All right, so let me flip the camera around. Okay, so we got our sprinkler down there in the basin. It just finished spitting out all its air. And that is going, you can see it watering all the sides all the way around here. And then we have our other sprinkler up top, and that's getting all of the grass area up there. Okay, so we got our timer here. This is really pretty self-explanatory. First, you're gonna need to set the clock. For us, it's 12:50 right now, and you'd set that if you need to. You're gonna need to set a start time and an end time. So we'll go ahead and do that. We're gonna go at sorry, we're going the wrong way here. We're gonna go at we'll go at 6 p.m. So we want it to be after business hours once it's kind of cool here. 6 p.m. and then we're gonna go for 25 minutes, and then you set how long. Really pretty simple. We're gonna go every 12 hours, so it'll go 6 a.m., 6 p.m., 6 a.m., 6 p.m. Well, and then this would just be if you wanted to shut it off, okay? And then now we're gonna go turn it right here, and then our auto would be on, and this would be this is operating and working. As soon as it gets to 6 o'clock, it'll turn itself on. And now notice we do have a Y right here, so coming off of our spigot, we do have a Y. That's really just so you don't get a ton of torque on this, because these are plastic units, and they can be kind of flimsy. So pay attention to that. But this is good to go, and then our timer's set. From there, we want to make sure that we have our hoses in the right, and our sprinklers in the right areas. So you're going to want to test it. So we have a sprinkler set up here, and then we have this whole huge area, and then we have one sprinkler down there that's getting pretty much all of the rest of the seed in and around our retention basin here, because we want to make sure those seeds germinate and do well. So let me show you the sprinklers though. Okay, so this is Wow, it's really in there. Let me see if I can just kind of show you from right here. Okay, so these are your little adjustment guys. So this is what you move around to adjust it. And then this piece is what actually stops it. So it goes from there to there, and you can kind of see where it would stop. So that's how you adjust your range. Now if you want it to be a nice tight range, go from there to there, and that's where it's gonna stop. So that's how you adjust your range. And then on this one, there's 2 other settings. So you can make it so that it doesn't shoot as far. With this one, it twists this out. I don't know if you can kind of see that here. So when you twist this out and the water comes, let's see what I can do with the water on here. Then it'll adjust how far out it's spraying. Okay, but if you don't have enough pressure, it's not going to do anything anyways. And then there is this little screw deal here. And when you loosen this up, it affects how straight of a stream that you have. So when you, let's see if we can get this to lighten up a little bit so you can see it. So when you loosen this up or tighten this up, it can kind of go into that stream to adjust how straight of a stream that you have. Okay, get the focus back here. All right, and so you're just going to want to play around with those, adjust those till you got them in the right spot. Now if you want it to just go all the way in a circle all the way around like this, you simply just lift this tab up. Okay, but if you know, and that's actually what I want to do. So I got this tab up like that. Okay, and now if it's not working, if it's going to just stay in one spot or something like that, we have that happen sometimes. It's just sticking just like this. You probably don't have enough water pressure and you have too many sprinklers on one run. Okay, we actually here only have enough water pressure to do 2 sprinklers on one head. Okay.